Hello YouTube, I am Joe. Let's have a look at the Dyson tools. Pretty simple gig today. First I will assemble this so you know how to disassemble it at home. The nice thing about these tools is it was engineered so it only goes back together one way. It might be a micro bit of fiddling to get the end caps on sometimes so that they're perfect, but it's not a big deal. They'll go. This comes looking like this when you get it. So it's horizontal, if you will. So a simple screwdriver until you get that nib to lock open. Then it's just rotate forward, pull out. This slides right off the end, and this slides out. And now you're just going to check for dirt. That's it. Get yourself a little paintbrush, clean up whatever needs to be. This one's clean because I keep it serviced. I have to. It's normally a real mess. These wheels tend to have pet hair or something wound around them at all times. It's just mandatory. These are pretty clean this time. Once you've checked to see what's what, clean whatever you need to. Just whatever is blocking obstructions. Look through the inside. Make sure you can see through it, that there's nothing inside of there. That's all we're to do, is just make sure that nothing's going bad before it gets there. Once it's been cleaned up, a real simple reassembly. Blow a little air in here too, just to keep everything nice and clean, because your motor is inside of there. Push it on, take the end that's open, slide it on, drop it in here, and make sure it's just indexed. And then you're gonna clip on your other end. Now you'll know that that's on all the way when these are together. There's no gap between there. And then it's just that quarter turn till it's in place here and you're good to go. This one's all said and done. That was pretty easy. For the next one here, they say that you can use it looks like a quarter in here probably. But if you just place your palm of your hand on it, it should unlock for you. If it doesn't, feel free to use a quarter or a screwdriver, whatever you need. This cap will come off. Now this, it'll seem like it doesn't want to come off, but it's only because there's a gray piece jammed in this end, and it fits good and tight. So if you put two fingers on the inside, just on the lip of this bluish purple plastic, and then pull with these fingers, forcing your thumb against the wall here, and using your fingers up against this edge. If you do this all in unison, if you will, it should slide off. And it's just because it was on nice onto this bearing. It's pressed on there good. So that comes off. Be careful of your motor now, because your wiring and everything goes through this end and it's unsupported. So it's a little bit jiggly in here. You just want to be careful of it. Feel free to get a brush, clean the inside, clean that motor a little bit. Whatever you see has dog hair around anything. This comes back. You can look inside here too and see if there's anything inside of there. Looks like we're pretty good and clean though. I don't see anything wrapped around this end. Sometimes you'll see that also. But again, I tend to keep these pretty clean because I use the heck out of them. But once you have this cleaned up, blow some air through here again, because this cools your motor. Check to see that your bearing's in good operation, and you're good to go. Put it back together as simple as sliding this on. And then take a couple fingers once again and put them to the back side here. And slide this tube on by giving it a little force forward to push that tube over that other piece. And then it's going to index. Okay? Take this cover. Pay attention to where your cutout is there, and that you have the flat edge about ready to be turned in. And a couple fingers or your palm, and it's that easy. Now sometimes it'll be a little bit of fiddling, but it goes right on, generally. Another thing to look at is inside of here. Because this is a two-piece system, when you put the vacuum on, you're getting vacuum through here too, and it's very close to the floor. So it tends to bring all kinds of grit and frit and things into there to make that well, work less than optimally. So blast some air in there and in between the wheels here, and things should start to work pretty nice for you. Some in here too while you're moving it, wouldn't be a bad thing either. And once you have that taken care of, I'd say it's ready to go. Everything else looks clean. Now let's have a look at the little one last. This little guy, the end comes off with again a quarter turn. Nothing wrapped around the bushing. Normally you'll see a little bit of hair spooled around right there, and I don't see anything this time. This, you'll have to force it to the one side out the opening a little bit, and then it comes off this helix. And you can just either pull it out the opening or force it back this way. But now once again, have a look, see what you have. Do we have anything wrapped around this helix? Typically there will be something wrapped around there, but it's clean this time. I don't use this one very much, so it looks like it's in pretty good shape. I would take a piece of paper towel and some Windex and just clean up that inside nice, just so that everything forces through and vacuum works better. Check that you're clean inside, nothing's there. We have nothing wrapped around this, nothing's on the pin on the end. If you're good to go, back together it is. You can shove it through this way if you want. I think it's a little tough on the brush, so what I like to do is literally push it through just a little bit this way until you can line up with that. And once you can line up, go ahead and push it in. Then you'll notice that there will always be a bristle that will not, it doesn't want to come. It wants to stay outside the opening. If you rotate it just a little bit, it'll come inside. And you won't see it from this end anymore. Then lastly, set it on its side and line up where your little notches are for how this indexes. And you can see we have one at the top, one at the bottom here. So you're just going to drop that ear into that spot. So hopefully it lines right up. And there you go. See that it still turns good. Feels nice. And then one last thing you can do too is blow a little air into the inside of here. You can see we have some stuff wedged in there that's creating marks there. And look the front too, see if you have the same thing going on, and we do. That could get a good air blast in there would probably help it. I think we're good. I don't see anything else wrong. Service is done. You guys let me know what you think. Take care.